help them with. We help them with diabetes, hypertension, any kind of medical need that they need that's necessary. And being in a community with the African American community lets them know that we're here.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OAB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammer's popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
1 in 7 people.
Welcome to the Friday night scoreboard, sponsored by Free Medical Clinic. We're back in action. We're excited to get the season kicked off. I know a lot of people went to high school football games tonight. A lot of people went to high school football games last night. Looked like there was really good crowds from everything that I could see. Just a good year. My 2 sidekicks that will be working with me this year are not here just yet. But they will be here soon. Mr. Queener, I'll miss him this year. He's out. He's taking a red shirt. I'm gonna talk him back, coming back with me next year. But wow, what a night to start. Perfect weather. You know, a lot of people are excited today. A lot of kids excited to play football. Oliver Springs gets a huge win over South Pitt. I think that was something that was picked by Jesse Smithy. Kind of caught me off guard when he picked that, but guess he knows his stuff. I know Clinton was in a battle. I think he ended up going down tonight on the road. Central wins the Battle of Broadway. And just a lot of good football games. Last night, big game up at Anderson County, them beating Powell 28-25. And Chandler might be able to tell me this, but I looked at a stat the other day. I don't know that Cofield has lost to Wartburg in the last 20 to 25 tries. So, pretty good stat there. Did Alcoa? I've not got to see an Alcoa final yet.
They lost 27-17.
Okay, Alcoa loses 27-17. William Blount beats Austin East. Gibbs beats Union County. And I know Halls was beating up on Campbell County earlier when I got that score. Grace goes on the road tonight to TKA and wins big. So I feel like we have probably a lot of coaches we'll be able to talk to when they get back and get rolling. But we want to thank our sponsor, the Free Medical Clinic. If you do not have health insurance, you can count on the Free Medical Clinic to help you. Just go to fmcor.org to get your first appointment, and there is no charge for a doctor's visit at the Free Medical Clinic. So we want to thank them for being being a sponsor again this year. Without them, this is not possible to pull off. So we're looking forward to hearing from some people. Please call in 483-8112, and we'll get started. I don't want to sit here and have to talk all night, so hopefully we can talk to you all and we'll have some people call in. Lenore City, I think, was a surprise tonight. I didn't expect them to beat South Dole that bad. I think Southall's young, but I was kind of surprised there. Dobbins Bennett beats Farragut tonight 27-20. Carnes beats Hardin Valley. Chandler, that answers my question. I couldn't get through Carnes tonight, and that's why Carnes and Hardin Valley played each other. So that was the issue I had going through there. Battle of Morristown. Morristown West wins 26-14 over Morristown East. And that's always a big game up there. Did we ever see if Oak Ridge came back and beat Jefferson County? Okay, I'm not sure about the Oak Ridge Jefferson County score just yet, but we'll get scores rolling in here as they finish up. Jefferson County wins 34-31 versus Oak Ridge. Go ahead, caller. You're on the Friday Night Scoreboard.
Yeah, I'd just like to go ahead and congratulate Harriman tonight on beating Kingston. Been a long time coming.
That is, and last year we started our show with a lady calling in that was not happy with Harriman playing Kingston to start the season every year. And I didn't have a score on that yet. I knew early on it was close, but I don't have a final. Can you give me the final score? Caller, if you'll turn your TV on mute, you can hear me because it's the delay. So I hear that it's 33-20.
Hold on.
Okay.
And it was probably me last year.
Okay. I got you. Yeah, I remember we kind of started off that way. So it's 33-28. Harriman.
Queener explained everything to me, so I got over that. I actually apologized to him later. But this game to me is important because we lost a dear friend this year who played for Harriman years ago. So I just want to shout out to Johnny, and he brought it home for us. I think he was looking over him tonight, and good game. I can't say much more.
Well, that's awesome, and it's good to see the Harriman community win that football, or the Harriman football team win that game for the community. That's a good start to the year for them. I know in the last 8 to 10 years it's been a rocky start. I think David and myself actually went down to Harriman and called the game. That Harriman caught a touchdown pass to win the game, and it ended up being a Sports Center top 10 play. I don't know what year that was. I got called about an hour before kickoff, and I went down and did the TV that night. But that's a big win for Harriman and the community, and congratulations goes out to the Harriman football team and the coaches.
Yeah, and Kingston also. I live in Kingston, so they played good. I don't want anybody walking away feeling bad. But I am thrilled about Harriman.
Absolutely. Those kids work hard, and that's a big win.
So, also, hey, thank goodness we're back in football season. Ooh, we got something to look forward to.
Absolutely. It's a good time of the year, and a lot of communities are excited, supporting their kids, and we do have a lot to look forward to for the next 14 weeks after this week.
Absolutely. We'll be watching you every Friday night. You take care of yourself, and we appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am. Maybe I can get Queen right here with me one night before we're over with.
Oh, trust me, when he's on there, I'll be calling.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay, that's a big win for Harriman, and I'm sure we'll get Coach on the phone here soon. And hear from him. A lot of our teams in the area had big wins. Oliver Spring, big win. Harriman, big win. Anderson County win over Powell. I think I heard that Anderson County is 2-8 in the last 10 tries against Powell, so that was a big win for them. A lot of new players for Anderson County this year that played a lot of valuable minutes last night to come through with that win. So to see them gelling early and being ready to go against a team like Powell is always good. The Oak Ridge game surprises me. I thought Oak Ridge would beat Jefferson County. That one caught me off guard a little bit, just simply because I thought Oak Ridge would be pretty good. I know their quarterback may be a junior now, and just kind of surprises me. Yes, Oak Ridge lost. So give us a call, 483-8112. I know I've got some people texting me about the Oak Ridge game and the Oliver Springs game, so if you're out there watching, give us a call if you got to see any of those games, and we'll get going. I know the game that was on TV night, and I was at the Fulton game for 3 quarters, a lot of kids cramping. I know the games were slow, so that might be a little bit of it, but let's talk just a brief moment about the Oliver Springs team. I know they've really have high hopes this year, and the game tonight was a huge start to the season. If you all know and you keep up with the single A or 2A football, South Pitt's always dominant. South Pitt's always really good. I think they lost like 18 starters on combined starters on both sides of the ball. So obviously South Pitt was young, but anytime you beat South Pitt, that's a huge win for them. Greenville, I know we have a lot of people always interested in Greenville. They beat up on Tennessee High tonight, 54-7. Knox Grace obviously beat up on TKA. Sevier County beats Carter 49-13. Oneida beats Rockwood 28-7. And we're going to have a few coaches calling us here pretty quick. Chandler, any upsets so far tonight that we see that are what we consider upsets for anybody in our area? Biggest story of the night would probably be the biggest upset of the night would probably be the Oak Ridge Jefferson County game.
Probably, I know South Pitt lost practically 18 players, but still, COS beat.
Yeah, anytime Cofield, Oliver Springs, anyone up this way beats South Pitt, it's always a big win.
Especially considering they kept where South Pitt only scored one touchdown.
Yeah, the defense, I think, would be the strong suit right now if you're an Oliver Springs fan, holding South Pitt to 7 points. So that's, like you said, that's always a plus. And what it does is, too, just to be very transparent as a coach, now you feel like if you get to that semifinal game, a long way down the road, obviously, but if you get to that semifinal game, you're not as deflated that you have to go to South Pitt or South Pitt's coming to you. How many times has Coalfield, you think, lost in the last 5 years to South Pitt in the playoffs? Probably 2 or 3 times in the last 5 or 6 years. Yeah. Yes, I do think the South Pitt coach was let go or no longer coaching there. I think I do remember something about that. I think it might have been late. I think it might have been early summer, actually, or late spring. So yes, I think that is the case. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hey guys, Jesse Smithy, how are y'all?
It's just me tonight, bud. We're struggling. Queener's on.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he took a 1-year sabbatical. So
They trotted you out there solo, huh?
well, yeah, the other 2 guys aren't here yet. I don't know if they're coming on a horse and buggy or what, but
Well, I mean, Led Zeppelin doesn't need an opening act. I mean, they're good by yourself, so you're good by yourself as well.
sitting my first rodeo, Junior.
That's right.
So tell us a little bit about. I know you had to spend a lot of time on TV as you're a popular man. You don't have much time tonight. Biggest upset of the night was the Oak Ridge, Jefferson County thing surprising. What do you see from week one here? Early view of it.
Surprising how quickly Jeff County got up and how big they got up early in that game, and just the experience that Oak Ridge had coming back at quarterback. I know they're breaking in some new running backs and some other members too, but I just didn't expect them to go down that big in week one. Week one's always produces squirrely results. There's a lot of people overreacting to the Alcoa loss, to the Oak Ridge loss. Just coaches always talk about the biggest improvement from week one to week two, right? I mean, it's not just a cliche that happens for a reason. That statement came out for a reason because it's true. And so while I watched Alcoa struggle some tonight, I know they're not going to look like that in week two or week five or what have you. So it's the rush to judgment is just what we live in now with social media. So I still think Oak Ridge is going to be just fine in Class 5A. I think Powell will be just fine in Class 5A come October, November, but definitely some glaring holes, some glaring weaknesses, things to work on. Blaine Stansberry didn't have a great night throwing the football, under 50% completion percentage. I know he kind of got pulled out for a second, and Parker Free came in, but came back in, got Oak Ridge back in the football game. I believe got him a lead for a little bit. But that was a Jefferson County program that won 10 games a year ago and has got its numbers up, got its momentum up, and wants to do bigger and better things in 6A football this year. So we knew going in that was going to be a difficult matchup for Oak Ridge. It was just a little startled about how big they got down early.
You mentioned Powell. How big is it that Wheeler did not play last night? Is he kind of the cog in the wheel, if you would?
Well, he's their best player.
Okay.
And so anytime in high school football you take your best player off your team, it's definitely going to render you from whatever percentage. I don't know, Powell would have played at with them. I mean, they took him down a little bit of a step. And I'm not trying to take away anything from Anderson County. They played a fantastic football game. Defensively, offensively, they did what they needed to do. But Fabi Nawo, number 3, who they slid into the backfield, that was a guy that's going to be a wide receiver for them this year. And he does have some running back tendencies and played a little running back in his youth. But he's not Connor Wheeler. And kudos to Anderson County for recognizing that and not playing down. They went in there and made life difficult for Deuce Rogers. But I think we'll see a different Powell in week 2, in week 3, week 4, what have you, when they get him back. He plays on both sides of the football. He's a great running back, but an underrated defensive back, can help them in kick return games and whatnot. So that was a big loss. I'd forgotten he got ejected from the state playoffs last year in that loss to West. So I just assumed he was going to play. And so I was kind of taken aback when I heard he wasn't playing on Friday, earlier in the day on Friday, Thursday, and definitely made a difference.
Yeah, I was told. I live in Powell, and my neighbor told me that he got ejected with 41 seconds to go in the last game of the playoffs.
Yeah, last minute of the playoffs, and that loss to West. I mean, you're down 31-5 or 31-6, whatever it was. And I guess frustrations boiled over because I think they played West a lot closer in the regular season, and I can't remember the play exactly, but it's just an unnecessary extra effort, I guess, towards the sideline and pushing a West player, and so yeah, that was weird. I'd forgotten all about that play, and it definitely came back to bite Powell a little bit.
Absolutely, and he lost a game. That's unfortunate. But so a little bit about Oliver Springs. I know you picked Oliver Springs, and someone asked me a minute ago, did South Pitt graduate 18 players and they lost their head coach? Is that correct?
I'm not certain on the head coaching part, but I know they graduated 18 starters. And we recorded our walkthrough social media show early last week. And when we did that prediction, I like South Pittsburgh just because they're South Pittsburgh. But the more I learned about them and the more I had time to do research and saw that they graduated that many, I mean, I flipped my prediction and picked Oliver Springs officially on our website on Wednesday. Just because, look, I knew the new players would be good. I mean, that's just the way South Pittsburgh is. But they haven't played all together, and just that level of chemistry you have to have and carry over season to season is difficult. And so if you're going to upset a South Pittsburgh or an Alcoa or a Maryville or whoever, week one's the time to do it, because they got new guys out there that are trying to learn how to play and find that rhythm and chemistry. And Oliver Springs, they brought back 18 starters, I believe, and were able to get that win tonight. So that's huge for Oliver Springs. It's huge for the community, and it makes that Coalfield game a little bit spicier coming up later on in the season. So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's fun to follow that. That community football is what I call it. But the Oliver Springs and the Coalfields and Rockwoods, it's cool. People, if you've never experienced it, you have to go experience it a couple good times.
Absolutely. I know we'll be there when they play in the regular season. It's one of the more anticipated 1A games around here.
Absolutely. What about just overall, were you surprised by the Alcoa Ravenwood? I mean, and you say Alcoa people are not going to panic, but if you really think about it, Jesse, I mean, they've really only got 3 or 4 games on their schedule that are even like you look at and say, man, they've got to play good to win this week. And I know coaches would not agree with me on that coached Alcoa, but is that not, that's got some validity, doesn't it?
Yeah, but when I got out to Alcoa tonight and I saw the talent that Ravenwood has, they're a 6A football program, and I know Alcoa went over there last year and beat them, but that was a really big football team that they played tonight, and especially at the quarterback position for Ravenwood. They had 2 alternating guys. They had one guy that's going to be going to play college football, big-bodied quarterback, and they got after it also defensively on the front for Ravenwood, and Alcoa's offensive line had a hard time handling that, and they just never really had an opportunity to get within the rhythm of their offense and what they wanted to do offensively. And in 3A, Alcoa's not going to face programs that look like that. Now, next week, they'll take on another 6A program in Bearden that had them on the ropes last year in the final minutes of the game, had a turnover, and Alcoa was able to go down and punch it in and get the win. So I know Alcoa catches a lot of grief for not moving up and staying in 3A football, but at least they have beefed up their schedule over the last few years and play quality opponents so that when they get to the playoffs, it's easier for them. I mean, you make life hard on yourself in the regular season so that when you get to the playoffs, you've seen everything, you've seen any type of athlete, and you can handle any circumstance.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what it's all about. And, good coaches and good programs, they want to play as good a schedule as they can. Winning going 10-0 does nothing for you if you can't win, playoff game. So
right. I mean, I know Alcoa is used to going 14-1 or 15-0, and if they lose a game, it's probably to Maryville. But maybe this year is a little different. Maybe they go 8-2 in the regular season, but they're still the team to beat by a long shot in Class 3A football until we hear otherwise from some other part of the state. But it's just they got some things again to work out on the offensive line to get their running backs going. But I think they're going to be just fine.
Okay, was you surprised? Was Farragut leading DB at one time, and then DB came back and won that game or lost that game?
Farragut got down by 14, I think, came back and tied it up, took a lead, and ended up losing 27-20. So tough one there. I tried to text a lot of people in Upper East Tennessee earlier in the week to kind of get a feel of what Dobbins Bennett was going to be this year. I know everybody seems to like Science Hill up there in that area this year more than Dobbins Bennett. So I picked Farragut, I think, to win that football game. I think they definitely had a chance to, but yeah, definitely got away from them there.
Yeah, absolutely, and because Hayes is such a great source of information. I thought he actually said Farragut won that game, and then when we got to the show here and they had lost the game, so that kind of caught me off guard. Tell me this real quick, and I'll let you go because I know you're busy. Give us some big games next week that people can be looking forward to. I know all week everyone's excited this week about the Anderson County game, the South Pitt South Pitt Oliver Springs game. But what about this week? What's this coming up? What do you see week 2?
Yeah, I mean, definitely one of the games to watch in week 2 is one that I've already mentioned, that Bearden-Alcoa game.
Okay.
Anderson County, who you mentioned, they're going on the road to play Science Hill, a 6A program that beat Elizabethton pretty soundly tonight, 35-14. And I mentioned when I texted a lot of people up northeast Tennessee, they really like Science Hill this year, big and physical and athletic. And it seems like we hear that talk all the time with behind it this year. Week 2, you got Jefferson County, who got that big win over Oak Ridge. They take on Sevier County, who looked really, really good tonight. So that'll be one of the premier games of Week 2. And then on Thursday night, you got Loud at Lenore City, just a huge rivalry game. And Pigeon Forge at Northview Academy, another rivalry game as well. So some big games on the docket next week. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be good. It's that time of year. You got some non-region games that are always exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be. Did you say Greenville DB play next week as well?
I believe so, and I think that game is at Greenville. So Greenville's new quarterback played well tonight, ran for over 100, threw for well over 100. So I know that was a good thing for Eddie Spradlin to see and not have to rely on Carson Quillen too much and put too much pressure on him to produce statistically. And so they got a big night out of their new quarterback, and we'll see if that snowballs into more next week.
And now big football game tomorrow night, West versus Bearden. Who did you pick in that?
I got West winning that one. Just I think defensively they're going to get after it and make life a little difficult for that new quarterback at Bearden, who's a tremendous athlete. He's going to be great if he stays in this area the entirety of the rest of his high school career. But he's still new to that playbook, still new to just the whole thing in East Tennessee and what to expect and what it's going to be like. So I like West to win that one. But as we saw last year, it could go either way. And West got a late touchdown pass to put it away. But definitely should be a good game. 8 o'clock kick tomorrow night, so going to have to drink some caffeine to stay up for it.
Yeah, that's an awful late kick. Is that game on TV?
It's on TV, and I think there might be some kind of political stuff that might be on TV that made them kind of push it back to a later start. I'm not fully sure, but yeah, definitely a late kick for Saturday night. Last year they played it at noon.
Jesse, I just got a text and said ask you this. Did Coach Pankey not coach tonight?
I have not heard anything out of Kingston yet. Now, normally I get some stats or reports or some updates, but I did not hear whether or not he coached or not. But I know Harriman ended up getting the win, right? I mean, that was one of the surprises of Week 1 to me. Not that Harriman's a slouch of a program or anything, but it just seemed like Kingston in a 3A school and having some of the athletes that they were going to have in the backfield this year running the football, I thought they would win that game. But again, Week 1 always kind of confounds and surprises, and things will kind of normalize over the next few weeks.
Actually, the follow-up text said he did not coach tonight.
Well, hopefully, I don't know why that is. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully family's okay. I don't know. I haven't heard anything as to why he was not there.
Yeah, he's under the weather. So, buddy, we're here for you. We're here for you. We're here to make you look good.
I appreciate that.
All right, buddy. Well, I know you got a lot of work to do. I know tomorrow will be another busy day. Appreciate all you do for us. Thanks for calling in, and we're going to get off here and take our first commercial break. Thank you, Jesse.
All right, man. Talk to you later.
Have a good one. Okay, we're going to get out of here, and always appreciate Jesse Smithy calling in and filling us full of knowledge, but we got to help him out a little bit tonight. When we come back, we'll have a couple coaches on the line. If you have any questions, call in at 483-8112, and we're going to take our first commercial break.
Over 14,000 neighbors live in fear of becoming sick or injured and having to make a choice between putting food on the table or seeking medical care. The free medical clinic tries to take that fear away.
What do we help them with? We help them with diabetes, hypertension, any kind of medical need that they need that's necessary. And being in a community with the African American community lets them know that we're here.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OAB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammer's popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
1 in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's 1 person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky counties. Started in 1958, Medic has been serving Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 66 years. For 1 hour of your time, you can save a life. Visit medicblood.org for more information on blood donation.
What is strength when you're battling cancer? Is it a shoulder to lean on? A voice of hope? Is it confidence in the most available care options? Or is it unmatched expertise answering your hardest questions? Giving you the courage to move forward. At Covenant Health, we think it means all of this and more. For you. Let our strength be yours.
I wanted to continue my education after high school, but my family and I didn't think we could afford it. Then I found out that Roane State has the options to make college possible. Now I'm pursuing my dreams and will make my family and community proud.
Kathy Mae Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy Mae Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We built our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
And welcome back to the Free Medical Clinic Friday night scoreboard. We want to thank Free Medical Clinic for all they do for us. Free Medical Clinic will provide over 12,000 patients appointments with over $7.2 million in value. You do not have to live in fear of becoming sick. You can go to fmcor.org, and we have a caller on the line. We'll go straight to the line. Go ahead, caller. You're on the line.
Who won the Kingston football game? The Harriman-Kingston game.
Harriman won. Yep, Harriman won 33-28. Big win for the Harriman Blue Devils.
What about Rockwood? Who do they play next?
Rockwood, who do they play next? I'll have to look, and I'll give you that answer here shortly.
And who won the Rockwood game?
Rockwood won.
No, Rockwood lost.
Or sorry, Rockwood lost. I saw that go by a minute ago. You remember the score, Chandler?
Yeah, 28-7 Oneida.
28-7 Oneida.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Huh. Okay. Sorry about that. I need Coiner here to push the button, I guess. So I think, listen to Jesse Chandler and just going through a little bit, I think how bad Science Hill beat Elizabethton surprised him. for people who are just tuning in, and I think Harriman beating Kingston tonight was a big surprise. And then obviously the news we got that Coach Pankey was unable to make the game because he was not feeling well and under the weather. You know, you work all summer, you go through fall camp, spring, and I mean, all of a sudden you get to the first game and you're not able to coach. That's a tough blow for a head football coach when you only have guaranteed 10 regular season games. And then I think, if you heard Jesse correctly too, big win for Anderson County. And they felt like they felt really good. And as a guy said earlier, they really feel like Smithy is a homer of Anderson County. So I wanted to make sure he heard that because he does listen to the show. All right, we're going to go back to the lines. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Coach, Mr. Cox, this is Justin Price, Grace Christian Academy. How are you?
That's got a new ring to it, Mr. Price. Grace Christian Academy. Tell us a little bit about your kids and how big win for the Price era to start off.
Yeah, just honestly, being the first time, first night for us here, but, our kids just really, they've worked hard, and I know that's cliche. Every coach, everybody's working hard right now, but I felt like the big thing about our kids was just, stayed in the moment, took advantage of some opportunities, make some big plays, and I think the things that we've kind of seen through our guys in this preseason, got to be on display a little bit today.
So, sophomore class pretty strong. I know early on, touchdown by some young kids. Take us through a little bit about your young talent and kind of what that looks like.
Yeah, we got our sophomore class just high level. Terron Thomas opened up the game with a touchdown, ended up having two. About 80 yards receiving and maybe about 40 yards or so rushing, or 20 or something like that. But, just Terron's one of those guys, just try to get in the ball as many as you can. And then Caden Weber at receiver had 3 touchdowns in the first half receiving. One of them just a quick screen that he just basically hit the sideline, kind of outrun everybody. Just those two guys really, just being sophomores. I mean, 5 touchdowns between them in the first half. Just a big night for those two guys. Obviously, offensive line did great, and Weston, our senior quarterback, is he was 13 of 14, 5 touchdowns. Just a high intellectual kid that can make all the throws, plays within himself, and just make some big time throws tonight. And so just obviously a complete effort. But like you're saying, our sophomore kids played really well tonight.
So is it true that y'all went 2 pick six in the first half?
Yeah, we had 2 pick. Evan Pritchard, who's a junior for us, picked one off, and then Braden Ray, who's one of the seniors that we have that plays quite a bit for us, who's been playing a lot of football for Grace for the last few years, also had a pick 6.
Yeah, good start to the season. So who do you have next week, Coach?
We have York Institute. They're coming to Grace. So home opener for us. Obviously, there's a lot of momentum around our campus right now with our football team. Just want to keep it going. But I think obviously the support we had tonight from a community standpoint was phenomenal to see. Great student section, a lot of fans here. We got on campus, and some parents lined up honking the horns. I mean, just a lot of excitement for our kids. I'm happy for them because we've asked a lot of them, we demanded a lot of them, and so that nights like tonight, you get to enjoy it a little bit.
Yeah, exactly right. And then we'll try to manage those expectations for you. I had a guy tell me he had some rooms in Chattanooga already.
Yeah, well, hey, we're going to take it one day at a time. So.
All right, man. Hey, congratulations and good luck the rest of the way, and I hope all's well.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. See you, bud.
Bye.
Anytime you take over a program like that, you go in and I think they've won maybe 3 games last year and a couple games the year before, and you get a win. You could tell he was excited to get his first win at new school. Justin Price, the head coach there, was at Campbell County for years, I think 13 years, and then departed this year to go to Grace and gets the first win there on the road at TKA. So that's exciting. So looking forward to next week or tomorrow, I think I think a really good game every year is the West. Bearden game. So if you're at home tomorrow night and you're not watching college football, I think it'll be a really good football game to watch. There'll be some high talent on the field. I know West is really good up front, and Bearden's got some really good skill positions. I know they had a quarterback transfer in from out of state. Amazing how that happens. But a big transfer quarterback came in there. So that should be a really good football game tomorrow. We've got to pay some bills, and we've got a couple things going on right now. I know a lot of people are probably watching Friday Night Lights and some different things, Varsity All Access and 5-Star. So we're going to take our second commercial break of the night, and when we come back, we hopefully will have Coach Tapp and a couple other coaches lined up to come on the air. But we're going to hop off real quick and take our second commercial break.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Over 14,000 neighbors live in fear of becoming sick or injured and having to make a choice between putting food on the table or seeking medical care. The free medical clinic tries to take that fear away.
What do we help them with? We help them with diabetes, hypertension, any kind of medical need that they need that's necessary. And being in a community with the African American community lets them know that we're here.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OAB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
1 in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's 1 person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky counties. Started in 1958, Medic has been serving Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 66 years. For 1 hour of your time, you can save a life. Visit medicblood.org for more information on blood donation.
What is strength when you're battling cancer? Is it a shoulder to lean on? A voice of hope? Is it confidence in the most available care options? Or is it unmatched expertise answering your hardest questions? Giving you the courage to move forward. At Covenant Health, we think it means all of this and more. For you. Let our strength be yours.
I wanted to continue my education after high school, but my family and I didn't think we could afford it. Then I found out that Roane State has the options to make college possible. Now I'm pursuing my dreams and will make my family and community proud.
Kathy Mae Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy Mae Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We built our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Welcome back to the Friday Night Scoreboard, the free medical clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. I got one of my sidekicks with me here, and we also have Coach Tapp on the phone. Coach, take us through the big win tonight for Harriman, and just how big that is for your program and your community.
Yeah, anytime, you beat Kingston, it's a big win. They got a good program, did a good job. Of course, I can't hardly talk, as you can tell. But, I'm very proud of my kids, the community of Harriman for showing up over here. I mean, this was one of the best atmospheres for a high school football game you could have ever been in. And, man, it was something else to get that victory. That was a big win for our kids. I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, Coach, I was talking earlier, I don't know if you got to listen in or not, was the last time you all beat Kingston was on that Sports Center Top 10 play at Harriman years ago?
Yeah, 2018.
2000. Gotcha. Yeah, Brad called me about 2 hours before kickoff, and I came in that night to do the color with Queener, and then that play happened. That was crazy. So that was the last time, 2018. Coach, talk about a few of your players and kids that kind of helped lead tonight and who played well for you.
Crazy had a crazy game.
Well, we just defensively played well. Grayson Christ, I haven't got the official stats yet, but I think. She's supposed to send them to me any second, but he had around 200 yards rushing, over 120 receiving, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid is amazing. Cam Anderson had some great runs, had a touchdown. And that offensive line, I'm just telling you, they did a great job up front. We didn't just run it outside. We went between the tackles and got downhill in a stack high, and hey, we've got 30 players, and kids were in great shape.
Wow.
Played through 4 quarters, but I preached all summer, and they probably didn't like me a lot of times about being in better shape that first game, and it paid off tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, what do they say? If it was easy, everybody would do it. So.
Right, and that's something too. I'd love to have 40 or 50 kids, but here's the thing: if they don't want to come to practice, they don't want to work, and they don't meet expectations that we have for Harriman, lockers get cleaned out, and I'm not going to. I'm going to play with the kids that want to do things the right way and play. And I've got a good group of kids. I'm proud of them. And again, you're exactly right. It's a lot of work. And sometimes nowadays, kids don't want to do that. But these kids I got in the field house, they're willing to put that time in and effort in. And so that's what I'm going to play with.
That's awesome. Now, Coach, who do you all have next week?
We have Wartburg at home. We have another home game next week. I've heard they've got about 50 kids out and have a really good team. So we're going to have to, I told them to enjoy this tonight, and then, hey, we're going to put it behind us, and we're moving to Wartburg next week and getting ready for them.
Good deal, Coach. Congratulations on a big win. I know it's been, like you said, 8 years, so that's a big deal, and proud of your program, and keep it rolling.
Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
Good squad they got over there, though.
Yeah, it has to be.
I know those kids. The lineman, one of them, Landon Hart, tough kid. I think he's a sophomore this year. He played last year as a freshman. Big heart, big kid. He works great on both sides of the ball. He's just a hoss, man. I love that kid. And Grayson, I don't know if it's Cries or Craze. I've always called him Craze. He did. I have his stats here: 199 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. Rushing, then 119 yards receiving with 1 touchdown. Him and Cam Anderson just really just balled out. They're grown men out there. Cam Anderson, I believe, is a sophomore. He may be a junior, sophomore or junior, but he's another one of those, and he's a true athlete. You can put Cam Anderson anywhere on the field, and he's going to do you some good. Yeah.
Is Harriman a younger team, or is this an older squad for them?
Well, Craze is a senior this year.
Okay.
It is his senior year, but he is blazing fast, man. They should call him Blink, because if you blink, he's gone. He's very fast. So they do have a young squad, and like he said, 30 kids. That says a lot about the program.
Absolutely, and it's amazing. Like tonight, I went to the Fulton Central game, and Fulton probably has about 45, and Central probably had about 50 maybe.
Right. And
for schools that size, I think that's hard to play 4A and 5A football.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I mean,
that's a low number.
That is a low number. And it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of alarming, But, I mean, back in 2013 when Fulton was winning state championships, they had 90.
Right.
So it's just kind of wild.
Right.
But, I mean, for Harriman to have 30 kids committed like that, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's pretty good for a school that's got numbers they do.
Yeah. And like Coach said, if they don't want to come up and show up and meet expectations, let's clean out them locker rooms.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we've talked a little bit about Oliver Springs. I guess you went to the game. So take us through the environment there tonight. I'm sure everybody's kind of had this one marked on the calendar since last year.
Go Bobcats, baby. Go Bobcats. Huge fan of the Bobcats and the community, the people out there. A crazy atmosphere. I'm pretty sure it's more than Oliver Springers there. Wartburg and Cofield had a week off. So Cofield was there. South Pittsburgh, they always pull up, and they're gonna bring their posse with them as well. Great atmosphere there, but from beginning to the end, it was all gas, no brakes for Oliver Springs. Great play by Cole Jackson. Number 1, Cole Jackson. This guy is cold trained, as I call him. Both sides of the ball, just absolutely hard nosed. Cooper Jones played some great ball. I've seen Tyler Gaines, big guy. He always takes care of the line and leads them. Tyler Gaines did a lot of great things. I seen him carry his running back Mason Day, who also had a great game, for about 15 yards to get to get some extra yards once it was a pile up. Gaines just grabbed him and carried him on. Jackson Jett had a great game. Bokey, the quarterback, had an amazing game. He threw a long pass to Jaquan for a touchdown. And last year, that was the only touchdown that they got there in the semifinals, was that pass to Jaquan from Bokey. So, and those guys are, they're juniors, but still a young team. They have some young guys coming up. But just a phenomenal game all over the field from all the Bobcats. And it was an excellent atmosphere. And you seen it was like 27-7 at one point, and you got Coach Biggs over there. I call him Coach Biggs. Okay. He's still coaching like it's 0-0 in the first quarter, and it's just something to be proud about for Oliver Springs. They did a great job. I think the fans came out. It was just a wonderful thing to see. It was a good job.
So as far as Oliver Springs goes, I know there's a lot of games there, but Cofield, obviously a huge game. But whoever gets to that game later in the year, you've got to feel better than you've ever felt, like to know that you're not playing a South Pittsburgh of 2020.
Absolutely.
And it looks like the
South
dynamics.
Pittsburgh won last year.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, defending state champ.
Yeah, so I read that they graduated around 18 kids.
Yeah.
And then I got a text tonight while we started the show saying that the head coach might have been dismissed. I don't know if that's the case.
I don't know.
I do remember something happening about the coach. I just don't know the details.
Okay.
So I don't know if he stepped away or was asked to leave. But anyway, big night for Oliver Springs. Huge win. We just don't hear South Pittsburgh lose.
No.
around here.
No, you don't.
I've sat in this seat for a long time, and you're almost, when the camera goes off, said, man, I feel bad for them. Now they got South Pitt.
Yeah.
But just to be honest,
right.
You always walk out and like, man, they got to go play South Pitt.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
That little light at the end of the tunnel for whoever makes it, to that far. And I'm sure South Pitt's going to get better.
Yeah. Oh no. Look, they made some phenomenal plays. You can tell they have some phenomenal athletes.
Yeah.
I think the difference is those 18 starters gone that they had to replace versus Oliver Springs bringing the whole roster back almost. And those boys have been jail played. They won some state championships in middle school. So they're jailed. They're ready to go. Great leadership, Coach Biggs. Shout out to my boy Wendell Jones. He's on the sideline. He's helped coach those kids in Little League on through middle school. So it's just a well-jailed group of guys ready to go.
Speaking of Oliver Springs, and while we're on it, and numbers, about how many kids do they dress on a night like tonight?
What do you say there? About 36?
36 people. 36 players. So that's pretty good for that size classification. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
We had Jesse Smithy on the air earlier from 5 Star, and we just asked him a few questions. The Oak Ridge, I think, was a big loss tonight. I think that turned some heads up there.
Man, they was down 21-0.
Yeah.
They came all the way back, and they was driving the last few minutes of the game, taking all the time away. All they need to score, and it was probably going to be, they would have won the victory. Had a great pass down to Will. Will caught that ball. It was a great pass from Blaine to Will. Will caught the ball, secured it on about the 10-yard line. It was a 50-50 ball. Will came up with it, and then turned around, and the very next play, 1st and 10, they fumble on the 10-yard line. With no timeouts left and not enough time to – it would have took a miracle, for them to come
So
back.
that's how they end up losing the game. They had a game-winning drive going and fumble. And it's always good when our teams here win. Anderson County with the big win. I didn't get to watch that game last night.
Versus Powell.
Yeah, versus Powell.
Yeah.
When he called in earlier, he said that Wheeler didn't play, and he's all around their best football player.
Oh, okay.
So that kind of, for Powell people, because we do have Powell people watch this show. I think they're going to end up being okay.
Better be watching. If not, you better watch next week because I'm talking about you. I tell you what, Tay Henderson, he's number 5. He's a transfer out of Hardin Valley, Oak Ridger though.
Oak Ridge, or Hardin Valley, to Powell.
Well, he never played Oak Ridge ball, but he's. I coached him here in Oak Ridge.
Okay.
And his mother moved, and so that made him move from Hardin Valley to.
Does he have a younger brother?
He does. Okay. His name is Lemire Porter.
Lemire.
Yeah.
I know Lemire. He played basketball for me.
Bad boy,
Yes.
So
okay.
Tay had a run back, kickoff return, flag, called it back.
Oh, really?
And I think that sealed the deal for them.
Yeah.
So it was tough. So that was a great run, though, by Tay to take it all the way back. So.
Yeah. So when you said that, I thought, hold on, that's got to be Lemire's brother.
Okay. Yeah, it is.
Well, good deal. All right, we're going to jump out, and we're going to take a quick commercial break. We've got our third member of our new cast coming in.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to be surrounded by purple. So I should have worn my Tennessee Tech shirt tonight. I'd fit in. But anyway, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back. We'll talk a little more high school football, and then we might get some predictions for a little college, and then we'll head out of here if we don't get any calls.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Over 14,000 neighbors live in fear of becoming sick or injured and having to make a choice between putting food on the table or seeking medical care. The free medical clinic tries to take that fear away.
What do we help them with? We help them with diabetes, hypertension, any kind of medical need that they need that's necessary. And being in a community with the African American community lets them know that we're here.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OEB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
1 in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's 1 person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky counties. Started in 1958, Medic has been serving Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 66 years. For 1 hour of your time, you can save a life. Visit medicblood.org for more information on blood donation.
What is strength when you're battling cancer? Is it a shoulder to lean on? A voice of hope? Is it confidence in the most available care options? Or is it unmatched expertise answering your hardest questions? Giving you the courage to move forward. At Covenant Health, we think it means all of this and more. For you. Let our strength be yours.
I wanted to continue my education after high school, but my family and I didn't think we could afford it. Then I found out that Roane State has the options to make college possible. Now I'm pursuing my dreams and will make my family and community proud.
Kathy May Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy May Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We built our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
And welcome back to the Friday night Scoreboard Free Medical Clinic. We'd like to thank Free Medical Clinic for sponsor. We got the game ball up here now from Oliver Springs. Woo-hoo! Like I said, I'm surrounded by purple and gold up here. Over 14,000 people in Anderson, Roane, and Morgan counties are uninsured. This year, the Free Medical Clinic will provide 15,000 patient appointments worth over $9 million in value. Please go to fmcor.org. We have people right here in Oak Ridge, Harriman, and different areas that were able to use this service, so please go visit those people at fmcor.org, and we appreciate them. I think this is about the 4th straight year, Brad, is that correct, that they've been sponsoring the show? So we want to thank them for doing so, because we like getting on here, we like talking about kids, bragging on them, we know how hard they work. And we're excited about having a great year, and it's only possible with people like Free Medical Clinic and OEB and all the sponsors. So hopefully we'll get Biggs on the phone here in a second.
That'd be nice.
So we can talk to him. I did want to correct myself. Coach from Trousdale's who stepped away, Coach Stone's been at South Pitt, and he's still there.
Yeah, I thought so. His boy played tonight. So they have a long family history of Stones at South Pitt. Granddad was on one of the teams that won the national or state championship. So big history there. And we talked on a commercial, that team just don't get beat.
No.
Not around here. Just don't hear that. So.
Anybody in Rome, Anderson County has beat.
Yeah,
Wow.
this is the first time.
First time.
First time
Anybody
in
from
Rome,
Rome,
Morgan
won.
has beat them.
Wow. Wow.
Gotcha.
Says a lot. That's big for Olive Springs. Way to start the season. Go Bobcats.
Yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately that game's not till week 10, and it will be on a Thursday night, so we've got a long time to get ready for that one. This will not be the only week, I'm sure, that we talk about that. You know, I was trying to, on social media earlier, Clinton gave Cleveland, I think it was like, 14-13 early on.
It was, man.
And then obviously, they've been through a lot. That Clinton community's been through a lot. I talked to Coach Hammock when he came up to the five-star jamboree up at Carson Newman, and I just said hats off to him for taking that job.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, it's
No doubt.
That could have been a disaster if he doesn't take the job.
Exactly, it would.
I heard it rumored that if he didn't take the job, that they weren't going to have football. I mean, that might be just a rumor.
It was a rumor.
Let's get back to that. I'm going to let you lead this call right here with
all
Coach.
right. Let's do it.
Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Coach Biggs.
What's going on, DJ? How are you, buddy?
I am blessed. Coach Biggs, tell me something slick so I can slide.
Yeah, I love you. I love your praises, Coach Pendergrass.
Hey, Coach, man, congratulations on starting the season out well, man. How's it feel to be the first team in the Rongo Morgan County area to knock off South Pittsburgh?
Well, I'll be honest. I wouldn't say it felt really good right now. It's game one though, and coaches typically try to turn the page pretty quick. I'll give myself that 24-hour rule I give the kids, but I'm more than anything, I'm just excited for my kids that they work their rear ends off in the off season. They do everything we ask of them in this program, and it's a lot. And they always show up and work hard, and it's always about my kids, man. It's first and foremost them, and my coaching staff. They do a fantastic job getting us better in practice and preparing our kids. And so it's nice to see it pay off for them. And of course, the best fans around our community showing up. What an atmosphere we had tonight. So. It was just I'm proud to say that we have done that now.
Well, Coach, I'm a big fan of football, but the only thing that I ever wanted to coach when I coached football was the linemen. Your linemen on both sides of the ball was very physical, and that is great to see. What do you guys do, to prepare yourselves to, get ready to be so physical on both sides of the ball up front?
Well, I think it's in our mindset. We let them know that we think they have talent. We let them know that we think they have the ability. But in practice, we get after it. I mean, we're not one of those clubs that does just shorts, shoulder pads, and helmets, or shorts and helmets a lot. We're after it on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We're full pads and we're getting after it. And we try to bring out the best of each player. In practice, and then, of course, hope to prepare them for Friday night.
Hey, Coach, I've got to ask you, you made a comment, and I've heard people talk about this. Is it rare that a high school football team is in pads on Tuesday and Wednesday now? Is that changing?
I don't think so. I mean, in the pros and college it is. But I would think most teams are still full pads. There is rules and different things. You can't be full pads, full contact 3 days in a row or anything like that. So, but I would think, especially early on, most teams are in full pads. It's just we go full contact all the way to the ground, tackling all that stuff. We feel like we have to get our kids prepared. Now, as the season goes, we'll definitely let up on some of that and try to keep our kids healthy. But overall, right here in the first part of the season, especially in fall camp and leading into the first few games, getting prepared for region play, you have to be live.
Absolutely. It's kind of hard to learn how to tackle if you don't tackle.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
I understand. Y'all got anything else for him?
No, Coach, who you got next week? We're going to take this next call.
We got Kingston.
Game of the week. OEB Law.
Yeah. Big Gate down there.
Oh, you got 2 weeks back-to-back on TV, Coach. You're doing big things in Olive Springs.
Yeah, I think we got 3 out of the first 5 and 4 out of 10. So
that's
we're
good.
excited to be able to put our program out to many people. But, I told Brad this in a text. He texted me, and I really just appreciate, you guys doing all you can for every local kid and a local team. It really means a lot, but especially our program. It's a big deal to us. So we appreciate you guys.
Have a blessed night, Coach. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
See you, Coach.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, Jonathan there. Buddy, I don't know how you ended up with DJ over there next to you and all this purple there. This is Mike Hendricks there. He played middle school basketball with my son, Cody Hendricks there. DJ, you remember him?
Absolutely. That's my best friend. We both love North Carolina basketball.
Absolutely there. But I was going to ask you about I want to give a shout out to the Clinton Dragons there. They played pretty tough there tonight down in Cleveland there in a tough atmosphere or whatever there. They kind of had some chances in the red zone. They blew there. But another score that kind of surprised me there was the Oak Ridge Wildcats up in Jeff County. You guys could probably know more about this than I do, but they've got one player up there. Jeff County's pretty special there.
Yeah.
I believe that is signed with the University of Tennessee.
Yeah.
But I was a little surprised. I thought Oak Ridge was going to be pretty good this year, but Jeff County upset them there, and I'll hang up and listen to you and them guys in purple there kind of comment on this, Jonathan.
All right, Mike. Thank you, man. I know you'll listen all season. We look forward to hearing back from you.
Thanks for calling.
Absolutely there, brother. You have a good evening.
You too.
You too.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, so we talked about that Oak Ridge game, and Oak Ridge started out slow, 21-0. Jeff County got up on them real quick, but, the coaches didn't fuss, they didn't, make any commotions to make the players get down, and they rolled back, man. When I tell you they rolled back, Demillion Porter put the team on his shoulder and ran that ball well.
His dad.
Demillion Porter, his dad. No, that's his uncle.
Okay.
That's his uncle. His dad is Rashad.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. But great game, but they really started off real slow. And I have two sons that's on that team. One's a senior, and I told the senior, I says, but if y'all don't start out so slow, you whoop Jefferson County, right? But, being down 21-0, that's a hard deficit to come back from. They lost 34-31.
Yeah, that's tough. To touch base on that a little bit, Jefferson County won 10 football games last year.
Yeah.
So I know that happened, and from my understanding, I think Coach Rain might have taken the starting quarterback out for a possession for a series.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Coach Free's son actually came in and played. Yeah, so he settled them down, and
he was surprised when he
That's a big move.
He settled Blaine down, and Blaine came back out firing. Malik had a great game. Malik Howard, multiple offers. He's definitely probably the best tight end in the state. Had a great game, but Will had a great game as well. Demillion Porter. I mean, they all just they came up together, and they just came back and had a great game.
Yeah, you always want to win, but when your kids don't give up on you and fight like that,
you can build on it.
Coach Ring, he'll figure it out.
Yeah.
He's won a lot of football games. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, caller.
Hi, this is Liam Boki calling in after a pretty big win. I'm talking to DJ and Derek Jett here.
What's up? What's up,
What's going on, buddy?
What is going on, DJ? we're just sitting here at Okies, and I'm looking at the TV, and I got Derek Jett popped up on my screen. I didn't know you were coming on the show today.
It was a last-minute call there. Congratulations.
Big game. DJ, how you doing?
Man, I'm blessed, Buck. You look great out there tonight. Proud of you. And that foot is getting strong, man. You had 2 long field goals, man. That's the most impressive thing that I'm proud of you for tonight.
He hit one for 45 in practice yesterday.
Did he?
Yes,
He hit 41 in the game today.
Yeah.
Wow.
In the game, yeah.
anything over 35 in high school football is pretty impressive. So congratulations. Hey, talk a little bit about your team. I know that's got to be, and leading up to it, I mean, has this kind of been circled on the calendar for you all, and maybe a little revenge tonight?
Yeah, it's a little bit of that. You know, all off season we've been thinking about this game. You know, they ended our season last year. That's a huge game for us. But you know, we knew it was going to be a huge game. We knew that they were going to be good, and we just had the confidence. You know, you could tell in the locker room before the game, it was just all confidence all over the board. You know, we thought we were going to win this game before the game even started. We had that game won. And it's a big game, and we'll see them again in the playoffs. I do believe we'll see them again in the playoffs. We just it's hard to beat a team twice, so we're going to have to do it.
Absolutely. I got a stat for you. You're the first team since 1976 in Roane or Morgan County to beat South Pitt. So that was a big win for you.
Wow, congratulations, kid.
Tonight. So, hey, congratulations, man. Get ready for week 2.
Hey, thank you much. I just wanted to call in and say I saw you guys on the Okie stream.
Hey, buddy, I love you, man. Keep grinding. Keep those grades up.
Hey, I love you.
Love you, bud.
All right, bye now.
Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, I was just calling in there. I seen Derek Jett popped in there, and I just wanted to congratulate Jackson Jett for having a great game that he did, and wishing him all the luck.
I appreciate that, man. That means a lot.
Yeah, this is Ben, by the way.
Hey, buddy. Glad you called in.
We got some celebrities up here tonight. The Oliver Springs kickoff party is a good night to start.
Hey, we've been at the field since 5:30 today. Yeah, tailgate party,
tailgate and everything, right?
Yeah,
right.
Big
I can
night.
see that suntan line with that glasses there. I didn't know he's been out there all day. He's ready. Yeah, he's ready. Yeah, that's a big win. He hung up.
I tell you what, man. I tell you what. I do a show here every Wednesday, Extra Sports, and I had a fan reach out and say, "Hey, man, you know good and darn well, Oliver Springs is not going to beat South Pitt."
Oh, God.
Oh, man, I've heard that.
And I was like, "Well, buddy," I said, I believe they are, and I sent them the stats of how 18 guys were leaving and how many that Oliver Springs was bringing back. Brad Jones had sent to me, and then I also told him, he was like, "Yeah, well, they just replenish. You know, it's going to be nothing different." I said, one thing that South Pittsburgh doesn't have that the Oliver Springs Bobcat has is some national champions on that team. There's some kids in 2022. A lot of kids on that team that won the battle in Rocky Top, and we played the best teams in the nation, and we wound up bringing one home after years of trying. So, years and years of trying. So, and I told them that was going to be the difference in this game. They can compete with anybody because they've competed with everybody.
And winning.
Oh, wow.
And winning is contagious. I mean, when you win, I mean, it doesn't matter what you're winning. You know, if you have that culture and the kids believe they can win, that's half the battle.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I heard George Corll say one day, we won a couple state championships when we shouldn't, but our kids just thought they were supposed to win.
Right.
I mean, like you're saying, in 2022, they had that great run, and now these kids are playing in high school, and that's what they think they're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's.
But I tell you what, South Pitt quarterback, I don't know what grade he's in. That kid's dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah. He has a future. And they have a 6'6" tight end. Good Lord,
He's a
son.
junior. He's a junior, dude.
He's huge. So they have some dudes. Oliver Springs just came out licking, and they hit hard, man.
Yeah, they were ready.
Yeah.
You was right about the offensive line. And defensive line, they were shoving them around, getting through there. And Cole Jackson, he just stays in their backfield. I mean, they all done good, and I just want to give him a little shout out.
Yeah.
He's exciting.
Yes,
he's
he
fun to
is.
watch.
Cole Train.
Right.
I love watching Cole play, man. He's very exciting. He is. And Cooper Jones, and he stuck his nose in there a few times. He even made one of them, I think, no, that was Cole that forced that fumble at one play, stuck his nose in there. But Cooper Jones stepped up and made some from middle linebacker,
Right.
came up and filled those gaps, man. It was nice. Good to see.
You can see the coaches were prepared, had them prepared. I mean,
who's calling those plays, man?
That would be Brent Kelly.
Brent Kelly.
He's offensive
Oh,
coordinator.
Coach Kelly, his son. I see them on Saturday some. His son
at
plays
Grace.
at Grace, and I've got one in a year, an age group older and an age group younger that play over there. So I see him over there occasionally. So, yeah, that's cool. It's just cool for the community to get that, because you can say what you want to. Anytime South Pitt comes to Roane County or Morgan, it's always like, oh, man. So, ever since I've been watching, but as you say, 1976, I don't think I was really thought about then. So,
put a whooping on Pickett County, didn't they?
Yes. Yeah, and I tell you, Oneida beat Rockwood 27-7 or something like that.
28-7.
Wow.
And that was surprising.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anderson County goes to Science Hill next week, and Science Hill beat up on Elizabeth. And Elizabeth's run might be slowing down.
Yeah.
Last year I watched them play, and I wasn't just overly impressed by the talent. They played hard for Coach Whitten, but I wasn't overly impressed with the talent level. So here, we'll get back to the lines. Go ahead, caller. You on the air?
Hey, Jonathan. Hey, DJ. Hey, Jet. How we doing?
How you doing?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Especially, since I haven't called in a long time. But
been a
I had
while.
to call tonight. Had to.
Thanks for calling in.
The atmosphere at Oz tonight was awesome.
Did you say the atmosphere?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I'm sure. I wasn't there, but obviously they were. They changed clothes on the way in.
I definitely changed clothes on the way in.
It was electrifying.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, me and Jet was trying to get the crowd into it.
Were you cheering it up?
He was pumping. I was screaming.
Yeah, I was throwing my arms in the air.
Did they throw a flag on you tonight, Jet?
Not tonight.
No, he was good tonight. He was good.
October the 24th, maybe.
So that's the next highlighted date on the calendar, isn't it?
It is. It definitely is. We're all excited about that.
Well, next week's a huge game.
I'll tell you something, Jonathan. My son, and listen, and I know Tyler's listening, but I want to tell y'all, this group of boys, Tyler started the thing with the youth club where the little boys could go and run out on the field with the boys, and that means so much to them. And my son, who will be 8 the 31st of this month, looks up to these boys so much. And he wanted to stay after the game was over with so he could give fist bumps to every one of the players as they come off the field and head to the locker room.
That's awesome.
And that's what it's about.
Every one of them did it.
Yeah.
Culture.
Yeah. That's exactly what it's about. It's funny. I just watch this from a distance because I've got kids that are around our Fulton kids. They just think they're part of it, and it's awesome that the older kids treat them that way and make them feel that way. That's the coolest part of it. And, those kids are looked up to, and they come out and accept that and fist bump all those. And like he said, it's a culture, and it's family, it's community, and it's all the above. And we need stuff like that in our communities for these kids, just positive reinforcement, and it's going the right direction. You could tell talking to Coach a minute ago, he's pumped.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh,
24
he
hours.
is.
Yeah, 24
He is.
hours.
I work with him every day. He is.
Yeah, he won't sleep.
Absolutely. So, hey, we appreciate you calling in. That's a cool story, and that's what it's all about. And if you're a high school kid listening.
I wanted to let you all and let Tyler know that me, not only as a Bobcat fan, but as a Bobcat parent, those boys touch these little boys' hearts.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
They do. And they touch these mamas' hearts, too, when you see your little son yelling at them, saying, good game, and they, thank you, buddy, and they're just smiling, and their eyes light up.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's good stuff.
I love my Bobcats.
There you go. Go Bobcats.
All right. Have a good one.
Have a good night. See you next week.
And that's a surprise score. Tellico Plains beating Eagleton.
I'm going to say this. If high school kids, and they do, watch this show, that's a perfect example of just, pay attention to a little guy like that and give him a fist bump. It goes a long way.
Absolutely.
I tell my son all the time, remember, we're not the only ones watching. Those little ones are watching what you do, too.
Yeah, that's
They're
right.
going to walk in your footsteps one day.
That's right.
And they want to wear, they want to wear number 3. They want to be number 0.
Yeah, that's right.
They love the quarterback.
That's right.
And that's their heroes.
Yeah, man. That's awesome, man. I can just remember playing Oak Ridge Wildcat football. And before I was a Wildcat, seeing the Wildcats walk down them 72 steps. and to get over to those steps, just to be able to pat on their shoulders and stuff like that. That's tradition, and I think Oak Ridge they need to get that back. I don't see that as much as it was back in the day, but I think they need to get that back. But I've seen Coach Biggs allow those kids to run out on the field with them, and that's special, man. Special.
Let them hold the flag. You know, they hand the flags off to the players. They're out there in the atmosphere. They'll recognize them. I mean, it's a good thing.
Saudi Daisy, Ray County, 49-42. That was a game.
Wow.
You know, Coach Pemberton up at Campbell County left Ray County. That's where he came from.
Really?
Yeah, the Campbell County coach now was at Ray County. You know, Ray County's been pretty good for a while, and they never really got over the hump beating like an Oak Ridge or anyone from around here. But, yeah, they lost their coach. And from my understanding, he runs the wing tee, and the guy that took his job runs the spread, and they've scored 42 tonight. So, there, you know, just a lot of changes. To go back to Mike Hendricks' question, I think we're surprised that Oak Ridge lost, but you got to keep in perspective, they just didn't play a slouch week one.
No.
You know,
they did.
I think that needs to be, you know, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Oak Ridge really had a really good chance last year to clock in to Chattanooga.
Yeah.
That was, you know, when you have and you correct me if I'm wrong, I think you have Central, West, Powell, and Oak Ridge all in the same region. Is that correct now?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. I mean, so, you know, they're going to be callous when they get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
They just need to hang in there. I like their quarterback.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be perfectly fine.
I think they have Central game too. They have a bye week.
Okay.
And then I think they travel to Central.
And I would say that would be a winnable game. I watched them play tonight.
I may be wrong.
And I think Oak Ridge has a win. If I was picking right now, I would say Oak Ridge beats Central. No matter what week that is, I think. And, you know, from my understanding, like they say, you know, you're always better week 2 than you were week 1. Well, if you get a bye and then you go play another game, they'll probably be, you know, I would say they'll be ready to go.
And see who Oak Ridge plays next week.
That kid he mentioned, it was in the paper, and that's a big write-up.
It's Powell.
It was a good write-up about that kid. I think he's number 74 for
Suffolk County. The offensive lineman.
I mean, it's a good story, you know.
Yeah.
It's a good read.
So Oak Ridge has a week off and then plays Powell.
Yeah.
Man, one of those two teams are going to be 0-2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those two teams are going to be 0-2. That's crazy. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
All right, Cox, let's start off on the right foot this year.
Let me hang up on you.
DJ, it's finally awesome to see someone respectable on the show. How are you doing?
Oh,
I'm good.
Waiter ain't even here to defend himself either.
Who is it?
Finally good to see someone respectable on the show that everyone can take serious.
Hey, Cody, let me ask you one question. Did you go to the game tonight?
I did. I'm in the car right now.
No, that wasn't the question. Did you go to the game?
How many times do I have to answer your question? Listen to me, Cox.
You said you're in the car. That don't tell me anything.
He's at Clinton.
He's a Clinton fan.
Yeah, they came from Cleveland.
This is why you're the
So it was in
assistant and I'm the head coach. Yes.
He's a Clinton fan. He's a Clinton fan, but he acts like he likes Oak Ridge, but he never goes to the game. That's the whole
Hey,
true story.
DJ, how many times has Cox mentioned Oak Ridge tonight? He's acting like Jefferson County doesn't have 2 kids on there with UT offers.
Yes, he
That's what
did.
he's acting like.
No, that was great. Oak Ridge just got off to a slow start, man. They did. And like I told my boy, man, if you guys had started the way you finished, they blow them out. I believe that.
Well, here's the thing, man. This is a very young Oak Ridge team. Like, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty confident it's like between 5 and 10 seniors. Probably even maybe 5. It's a very young team, a team of 34 freshmen, all sophomores, all juniors.
Wow. Yeah.
Our senior team was from last year, and we lost all of them, which is fine. We should be an okay team this year.
Yeah, no, but we're going to be good.
Go ahead.
We're going to be good, Cody. We're definitely going to be good.
Yeah, no, I mean, Cox sitting here acting like, well, that's probably the biggest surprise out of everyone. Forget Alcoa losing. Forget South Pittsburgh.
No,
Oak Ridge.
No.
Jonathan Cox has a very horrible history of bashing Oak Ridge. Whether it's his dad refereeing an Oak Ridge game with Jill Pruden giving her her first technical ever, or trashing Oak Ridge on here, the Cox family doesn't have a good reputation for Oak Ridge sports.
Hey, here's what I'll tell you. I was really surprised that Oak Ridge lost tonight because I think they've got a lot of good pieces, no matter if they're young or not. I think they got a lot of good pieces. I mean, 5-star picked Oliver Springs to win the football game.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, yes, it's a surprise when South Pitt loses. You're going to get hung up on if you don't be quiet.
You're forgetting what I mentioned earlier. Jefferson County is a very good team. I don't agree with DJ that we would have blown them out. I actually called it to be a close game. Nick Moore, he's the kid on the Jefferson County team with the UT offer. He's committed to UT, actually. Then you have another offensive lineman for Jefferson County who's a stud and a monster. He's got an offer from UT. That's a good team.
Yeah.
And I think it was just Smitty that pointed out like 30 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago. That's a team that had 10 wins last year, and that was our senior Latin stud team that beat them. And now you're asking that same team that had 10 years from last year to go against a young Oak Ridge team that lost everybody, the Javis Dozier, Bashan Knowles, a star-studded Oak Ridge team. I'm quite happy with them coming back. I thought they would have laid down, but they didn't. They were down 21-0.
Yep.
They came storming back to have a lead at one point.
Yeah,
I think they grew up in a lot of ways. Yes, obviously a disappointment that they lost. We want our boys to win.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they came back from 21-0, and last time I checked, Clinton didn't come back and take a lead in their game. They got stomped out of existence, and on top of that, Fulton lost too. So
yeah, Fulton did lose.
So basically, screw you, Cox.
Lost that Clinton game too.
Hey, man, if you feel good about the moral victory, then roll with it, brother.
Hey, Fulton lost, buddy. Sorry that your Dragons lost. You know what? I like Queener. Queener's not on here anymore, so I'm going to show respect to Queener. Queener was a man of integrity, a man of honor. Queener didn't talk about his Tennessee season tickets or Tennessee boathouses, so I hope Queener enjoys his vacation away from you.
Vacation. All right, see you, bud.
I watched the Clinton game too, though.
Did you?
Yeah. Clinton came out on fire. I mean, Jaden Benjamin looked amazing out there at quarterback, first-year starter. They had the Elijah kid, and they have Riker Arms at running back. And they came out on fire. Then, of course, they got the wideout. Bryson Maddox. I mean, they really came out on fire, and it looks like it was going to be a back-and-forth game. It was just offense. It got to right before the half. I think Cleveland scored. Clinton drove right back down the field to score, and it looked like the ball was over the plane, but they said no good. It was right there in the red zone. It was a great play call.
Fourth down?
It was fourth down. It was fourth down and go. Great play call. And matter of fact, I think I even seen Hammett come out on the field all the way to the end zone to the referee saying it's a touchdown, because from my view, it looked like a touchdown, but it wasn't. He actually got a flag, so they got better. They instead of being on the 1 yard line, they
16.
But anyway, Clinton, they came out looking like a team that's ready to play. Cleveland has some kids that are extremely fast, athletic, agile, great balance. And that made the difference. I mean, at one point of the game, they ran the same play about 6 times in a row.
Wow.
Really?
A trap off the tackle, in the 4 to 6 hole. The same play like 4, 5, 6 times in a row because they couldn't stop it. But Clinton did come out fiery. They looked like a good team, and they have some stuff to clean up. But I know it was a great visit down there. They have to play West next week.
Oh, whoa.
That schedule, I remember last year when the season started, just looking at Clinton's schedule, and that's misery.
Yeah. I think that's what Coach wanted.
Last
Coach
year,
Keith.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's what he wanted. He wanted
And
to
it
get
paid
those
off.
games. Yeah.
And the postseason.
Yeah.
I mean,
he wanted to get those games in and out the way, so the game will slow down for him throughout the season. And I'm thinking they set the schedule up the same way prior to his dismissal because the schedule's already out.
It's already out.
Right?
Yeah.
And maybe it'll slow down after they play West.
Yeah, and I'll go back to the Clinton thing. The Jamboree, you could tell that culture that Coach Hammock has developed and they created the buy-in. I mean, the Maddox kid's a player.
He's a dude.
He could play anywhere in town that he wants to play. Knoxville, Oak Ridge, it don't matter.
He's a dude.
And he stayed at Clinton.
Yeah.
He could have bounced.
Yeah, that's
pretty
right.
easy. That's what kind of the new thing is.
It is a new thing.
I'm gonna take my ball and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But you know, I was up there watching him, and he made an unbelievable play in the Jamboree, and I was like, you know, I'm surprised that kid didn't go somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's kind of your, you
He's
know, but
a
realistically,
really good basketball player too.
He is.
That was Robbie Hurl coming in as a principal saying, hey, we can't let this fall. And immediately reached out to Hammock. Hammock did the right thing by coming on in as the interim coach. He won't even accept the head coach. He's going to stick to the interim until they find them somebody. I actually text Coach Keith a few weeks ago, and I love Hammock, and I'm glad he did what he did, but I told him, I said, man, go get your job back, right? Because the culture that he's built out there, you know, the buy-in that they had, you know, from him. But Hammock coming back, filling that void was the best thing Clinton could have did.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Hammock was on Keith's staff and was actually just going to step away.
Yeah, he had resigned.
Yeah, he'd stepped away and just going to take some time off and be with the family and you know,
build his family business.
Yeah, build his family
he started
business.
that restaurant back.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a good story.
It is.
You know, it's a good story, and you know, tonight that he can get a win, but just the fact that Clinton is playing football, the fact that he has done. I mean, you can just see it. You can, you know, when you're around him, and the sideline was excited up there at the Jamboree, and it was just you could tell. He's done a great job.
Yeah, he's held it together.
He has.
That was a home run hire, you know, to get him to come here. He's all Clinton, you know, through and through. And then Robbie Harrell's the principal. I mean, that's a phenomenal hire.
That's a win. That's right.
And he's going to run it right.
Yeah.
He's going to do it right.
Absolutely.
You know, no matter what happened up there, nobody's ever going to know, but it's going to be right now.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know enough.
Right.
Yeah, man, I can say that. I can say that. I know enough. But you know, Coach, and to stay positive, that was huge for him coming in and doing that. Yeah. So hat off to him. Guys, we're going to jump off here. We're going to take one more commercial break. We'll come back and we might talk just a little bit of Tennessee football, and then we'll kind of go from there. So we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Over 14,000 neighbors live in fear of becoming sick or injured and having to make a choice between putting food on the table or seeking medical care. The free medical clinic tries to take that fear away.
What do we help them with? We help them with diabetes, hypertension, any kind of medical need that they need that's necessary. And being in a community with the African American community lets them know that we're here.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OAB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
1 in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's 1 person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky counties. Started in 1958, Medic has been serving Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 66 years. For 1 hour of your time, you can save a life. Visit medicblood.org for more information on blood donation.
What is strength when you're battling cancer? Is it a shoulder to lean on? A voice of hope? Is it confidence in the most available care options? Or is it unmatched expertise answering your hardest questions? Giving you the courage to move forward. At Covenant Health, We think it means all of this and more. For you. Let our strength be yours.
I wanted to continue my education after high school, but my family and I didn't think we could afford it. Then I found out that Roane State has the options to make college possible. Now I'm pursuing my dreams and will make my family and community proud.
Kathy May Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy May Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Welcome back to the Friday Night Scoreboard, sponsored by Free Medical Clinic. This year, Free Medical Clinic will provide over 15,000 patient appointments worth $9 million. Please go to fmcor.org to check out the free medical clinics in your area. Guys, just kind of rounding this thing up, next week, Oliver Springs has another big game.
Big game. At Kingston.
Big game at Kingston. That will be exciting. I'm excited to see the Bearden West game tomorrow. I think that'll be a high level football game.
Oh wow!
You got defending state champs and a team that's trying to do everything they can to come to that level.
Yeah.
West found a way last year, late in that game to win. I know Coach Jones could not be happy how that game ended, but that's kind of crazy, and so a lot of exciting things going on tonight. A lot of exciting things going on next week. Just a brief moment here. Tennessee football. What do you guys have to add on Tennessee football? We're a couple weeks away here from playing. I'll start with you.
Well, we got
next Saturday.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get to see it firsthand. I'm going next Saturday, and we got to see what Nico can do. I give everybody at work a hard time that Ballers are going to be 8-4, but I really do believe they can go 10-2. I think that Georgia's going to be tough and got to get over the Alabama hurdle. But Nico, if he can do like he did in that bowl game, I can see him going. That defense is going to be crazy good.
I did not know until today that possible that prediction is it Peace? No, what's the man? I've had a brain fart. The defensive end, possibly
Pierce.
the number one. Pierce, possibly the number one.
Oh yeah, the number
one right now.
Number one draft pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I was like, really?
Yeah.
So that's unbelievable. So yeah, I think the defensive side of the ball. So what would be the biggest question mark? The secondary?
Yes.
As always.
I got you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Always. Yeah.
So secondaries.
The wide receivers. That's a stable.
Yeah.
I wish we had Jalen Wright back. That'd make it a little bit better. But that wide receivers are.
I know Cody don't want me to mention this, but I actually went to the bowl game last year, and to watch Nico in person, against what was supposed to be a good Iowa Big Ten defense, whatever that is.
Right.
Yeah. He looked. He looks the part out there. It's. I think you got some exciting times to watch him play. I heard Coach Heupel say today, it's like, you give him what you give him, and then you just let him go be a creator. You let him be an artist.
Right.
Yeah.
He said you can't hold him back.
No.
You give him, hey, here's what you got. Here's your options. Go make a play.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I was blessed to go see him practice. They was doing recruiting, and they was bringing kids up to let them watch the practice and things of that nature. Coach Jay Graham took me and a few of the kids that we was coaching at the time last year from Concord Christian, and we went out there, and I watched Joe and I watched Nico, and the difference was Joe had an arm that nobody could, it was undeniable.
Yes, it was.
Right? But when Nico got out there, man, it was electric, and he did the same thing in the bowl game. Yeah. So if he does what I seen him do in practice a year ago, on top of what we all seen at that bowl game, they have a good, with those wide receivers that he has.
Oh man, just
they have a good chance to do what Hypo does best, and that's put up numbers.
Yeah, they could put up some sick numbers.
Yeah.
So if you beat NC State and you beat Oklahoma, you have to be on the right path to win 9 or 10 football games and possibly get in the playoffs.
That's right.
If you lose to Oklahoma, I think then you're competing against a team that's going to be trying to get one of those last couple spots.
Right, 16 teams this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if Tennessee loses to Oklahoma, you probably have to beat either Georgia or Alabama to even get back in that consideration.
The preseason prediction was to finish, be 11th and play Oregon. That would be 6th at Oregon. It's just a prediction, but that's what they.
So if you're not in the top 4, and I was in the car a while day and I heard this, if you're not in the top 4, and let's say you're a 5, 6, 7, 8 seed, you get another home game.
Huh. What you want to be is.
Can you imagine a playoff game in Neyland Stadium? How much a ticket would go for?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll watch it from home.
But I mean, seriously.
NIL, baby.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right, let's see what the caller has to say. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Mr. Jack, congratulations on the win.
Well, thank you, sir.
I'm pretty confident, like, Oliver Springs is the first team to ever beat South Pittsburgh from the Roane County area.
I believe you're right.
Rockwood, 1976.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Well, still a big deal, though, to the second team.
Yeah, very big.
Well, we can say Morgan County, too, since our city border goes into Morgan County.
Yeah.
Say again? What'd you say about Morgan County?
What did he say?
I don't know.
I said you can count us Morgan County, too, then, because our city goes into it.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about Cofield? What are your thoughts on them after watching them?
They look tough.
I thought Wartburg was going to put up a fight. I thought that was going to be a better game.
That was the talk. That was the talk, and I mean,
I know Coach James was going to come back and make some special arrangements, but that really shocked me.
Yeah. I know for a fact that's a good coach. I train one of his brothers who's a strength coach. Good family, good people, and an even better coach. Better people overall, actually, but I know they'll bounce back. So I was a little surprised at that, but yeah, he can only coach so much with what he's got to work with, so I'll leave it at that. DJ, go into elaborate more on the Clinton drama. I can tell you're itching to say more.
Well,
I can tell you, speak the truth, DJ. There's no censorship here at BBB Communications.
Well, you know what? They came out on fire, but man, you can tell they got some stuff to clean up. So hopefully those coaches put it together.
Nah, that's a very political answer, but I guess I'll accept it.
August the 12th. August the 12th. September 12th, right?
Say again?
September 12th versus Oak Ridge, right?
There you go.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting game.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Stir the pot.
Hey, I hope the game ends better than that playoff game, bud.
But yeah, anyway, so Mr. Ted, congratulations again on that win. I'm really happy for the Oliver Springs community. And
thank you, buddy.
Yeah, go Bobcats and DJ. Again, I'm glad someone respectable is on the show. So, how many times do you think Cox is going to mention Oak Ridge this year? Probably 100.
Hopefully we get to mention them for longer this year than the playoffs we did last year. We kind of got cut off short on them last year.
I know. You were holding hands with Queen or tickled to death into your skirts last year. You were tickled to death.
Hey, Hey, we love Joe Gaddis and Derek Rain. We was going to get on the bus with them to Cookeville.
Buddy, I talk to Joe Gaddis every day. He doesn't even know who you are.
Yeah, that's right. That's good. That's good.
Buddy, I talk to him he knows who Queener, that's weird. He knows who Queener is, but he doesn't know who you are. That's the weirdest thing. I keep asking, like, Coach, who's this guy Jonathan Cox likes to talk about on Christian? You know what he tells me? He says, who? I was like, oh, you don't know? I was like, no, who is he? Oh, some guy that just talks a lot. He's like, he shines Jody Rice foods. I don't know. He's not important.
Hey, since Coach Gaddis said that, and DJ's a respectful guy, you think Joe Gaddis knows me, DJ?
As I was saying, DJ, good to the show. And,
that's the beautiful thing about running the show is when you get tired of somebody talking, you can always just go, finish your adult conversation about UT football. It's a real simple fix. So it's been going on for years. But it's all good.
Shout out to Cody.
Yeah, Cody. We love Cody, actually. Yeah,
no
he
doubt.
comes and sees me occasionally when we play Oak Ridge at Oak Ridge. But I like old Cody. But we're going to wrap up here. I think there's a lot of excitement.
It is.
Just the community's involvement, like the Auburn Springs, the Harriman. Yeah. And then it just bleeds over to what's going on right now with Tennessee football. It's actually it's a relief.
Yeah.
For so many years.
Yeah. East Tennessee football's on the map, baby.
It is.
We're back.
It is.
Little league all the way up to college.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The whole thing. It's good. It's good to see. We talked on the show a couple years ago. I guess it was last year. If you really think about it, we were trying to find a team last year that was better than they were in 2022. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because our area struggled a little bit last year in football. But, we were trying to think, is any 2023 team better than they were in 2022?
Right.
Well, I think if you look to this year in 2024, we've got quite a few teams that you can already see improvements in that are going to be better.
Oh, yeah. Harriman's one.
Yes.
Harriman's one.
Well, Oliver Springs another.
Oliver Springs.
I think Anderson County showed you the other night. They're better than they were last year.
I don't know why I was shocked, but I was shocked to see them beat Pal. I expected more out of Pal.
Well, they had that fumbled punt kickoff. I can't remember what it was, and then, kids will be kids, and that was a bad 4th and 3, and he jumped off sides.
Yeah.
They're getting the ball back, and they just scored pretty quick.
Yeah.
7 times tonight in the first half, Fulton jumped off sides on defense.
Wow.
7 times.
Wow.
And they had they'd walk up there and they'd get back there and they'd clap, and they'd jump. But like that was, and I didn't see the game last night, but I heard that, they finally had them stop and it's 4th and 3, then they jumped off sides.
They did.
Yeah, but I think Anderson County's better than they were last year.
Okay.
When you know what you know about the kids and the quarterback and all that stuff, I think they'll end up being better than they were. Oak Ridge, I think if you give this team time, they'll figure it out.
Yeah, they're young, but they are good.
Is it Stansbury? Is that right?
Blaine Stansbury.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how young they were until that call.
They're young. And he was right. I think it may be more than 5 or 6 seniors, but most of them they're not even the athletes. They're the bigger guys. So they don't play skilled positions.
And that makes a difference.
Yeah. So
that makes a difference.
Papa.
I've coached a lot of those boys.
Yeah.
Big boy.
And in Clinton, I think you'll see them get better. I don't know if they'll be better than they were last year. Anytime you lose a talent like Keith, that kid was fun to watch.
They had more than Keith out there.
No, they did.
Lost,
You're right. You're right. But
they lost some D1 talent.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Yeah, and a quarterback, I think, is the hardest thing to replace in high school football.
Yeah. But Jaden Benjamin stepped up today.
He played good?
Yeah, he's probably 6'2". Big old boy. Reminds you of Ben Roethlisberger.
I got you.
He can put a spin on it, and it's probably going to hurt your hand if it's in the wrong place.
Did he start at Powell and then?
He was DJ's backup. Okay. So, and he played a lot. Now he got
45% of the snaps.
Yeah,
40%.
30.
Okay, let's go 30.
30. But he played, and when he came in, he was a successful quarterback when he did get his opportunity. But to replace DJ, I don't think, Coach is going to do that. And, I mean, his name has a legacy in Clinton, so why not come home?
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
He
His
landed
work
the spot.
ethic is.
Yeah.
No, I think that's great he's back at Clinton.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he needs to be.
Yeah.
There you go.
His papa's name's on the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sign for him,
Yeah,
absolutely. But like I said, when I watched the game, and to see him, he was dissecting that Cleveland defense, and they started out great, and it was just back and forth, and it just seems like when they didn't get that one touchdown, and I swear it was over the line, it depleted them. The team, the fans, the coaches, you can tell that Hammond got inflated, and he, like I said, he went from the sideline to the end zone to argue with the referee about that's a touchdown, and little things like that, from coaches, can deflate a kid because now they think that they've been cheated because that's the persona that the coach put out, and so it's just little things like that. If they fix that and they fix their secondary, I think Clinton has a chance to get on another roll like they did last year.
And from the scrimmage I watched against Grace till tonight to play Cleveland like they did, I know there's been a lot of improvement.
Oh, yeah.
Because I walked out of that Grace scrimmage, I was like, oh, man. But then watch them at the Jamboree. They look so much better at the Jamboree than they did 3 weeks before that, prior to that, at Grace. So they've got some good things going. So, well, guys, I appreciate y'all coming in. This is who we are. This is who we're going to be this year.
Yeah.
The free medical clinic's going to be a fun show. I'm going to, like I said, break out my Tennessee Tech sweatshirt. That way we match.
Kingston, I tell you what, I'm a big Bobcat fan, but I've coached some of those boys over there in Kingston. If y'all win, I got some Kingston gear I'm going to wear on the show next week.
So there's your OEB Law Game of the Week next week. We appreciate everyone tuning in next week. I like week 1, week 2, week 3 about as good as any because you got a lot of good games and non-region games, and everybody's excited. So we're excited about the OEB Game of the Week next week. I know you guys are too. So we're out of here for week 1, and you all have a good night and a great weekend.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Over 14,000 neighbors live in fear of becoming sick or injured and having to make a choice between putting food on the table or seeking medical care. The free medical clinic tries to take that fear away.
What do we help them with? We help them with diabetes, hypertension, any kind of medical need that they need that's necessary. And being in a community with the African American community lets them know that we're here.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OEB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
1 in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's 1 person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky counties. Started in 1958, Medic has been serving Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 66 years. For 1 hour of your time, you can save a life. Visit medicblood.org for more information on blood donation.
What is strength when you're battling cancer? Is it a shoulder to lean on? A voice of hope? Is it confidence in the most available care options? Or is it unmatched expertise answering your hardest questions? Giving you the courage to move forward. At Covenant Health, we think it means all of this and more. For you. Let our strength be yours.
I wanted to continue my education after high school, but my family and I didn't think we could afford it. Then I found out that Roane State has the options to make college possible. Now I'm pursuing my dreams and will make my family and community proud.
Kathy May Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy May Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We built our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
$1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Over 14,000 neighbors live in fear of becoming sick or injured and having to make a choice between putting food on the table or seeking medical care. The free medical clinic tries to take that fear away.
What do we help them with? We help them with diabetes, hypertension, any kind of medical need that they need that's necessary. And being in a community with the African American community lets them know that we're here.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OAB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
1 in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's 1 person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East.
Over 14,000 neighbors live in fear of becoming sick or injured and having to make a choice between putting food on the table or seeking medical care. The free medical clinic tries to take that fear away.
What do we help them with? We help them with diabetes, hypertension, any kind of medical need that they need that's necessary. And being in a community with the African American community lets them know that we're here.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OAB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
1 in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's one person every.
Agreed divorce, workers' compensation, criminal defense, wills, medical malpractice, nursing home neglect, bad drug or medical devices. They pretty much do it all. That is OAB Law, and we will be joined by OAB Law's Tim Elrod as we get into the first quarter of our game tonight. So look forward to having him back on with us this season. But I'm Aaron Harvey, joined by my favorite shoemaker, Coach Dan Shoemaker. And I remember last season hearing talk about how crazy Oliver Springs was for scheduling South Pitt to start the season. The Bobcats lost that game 56-0, but you have to believe that was a humbling experience that set the stage for the work that team put in that got them right to a rematch, which was a lot closer than the 31-6 final score would have one believe.
Yeah, to me, this seems like round 3 of a heavyweight boxing match. Round 1 didn't go so well for Oliver Springs. But round 2 was a lot closer. Now we're waiting on round 3. This time the teams are just a little bit different. You know, seniors move on, upperclassmen move up, but we're going to see some familiar faces, some familiar names tonight in this ball game.
Teams a little bit different is an understatement for South Pitt, I do believe, and we'll talk about that when we go to preview that game. But there's a lot going on around the area as our game's kicking off at 8. Most games kicked off at 7, some kicked off at 7:30, so there are already some games in progress, so we can even update you with some scores in our pregame as well. So for Dan Shoemaker, I'm Aaron Harvey. We'll get all that going when we get back. You're tuned in to the OAB Law Game of the Week.
Hi, I'm Tim Elrod. Over the years, you've heard us at OAB Law say, let us turn your wreck into a check. We still do that for many families, but I want to take the time to go beyond the slogan. I think I've learned over the years and more every day that the most important thing for an attorney to understand is the value of being a partner to you. When you and your family call an attorney, you're calling because you need some help. You need someone to pull alongside you and stand with you. We understand the process of the legal system. You probably don't. So it's our responsibility to keep you informed about every step of the process. You're going to have questions about what's going on. What's next? What do I need to know? Our responsibility is to guide you through the process with the information that you need, the answers to your questions, and the assurance that we have your back at OEB Law. You have my word. We stand with you because communication is key.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
In East Tennessee, our work heritage runs deep. For over a century, the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Union Local 102 has been part of the area's growth and prosperity. Don't sell yourself or your business short by hiring unskilled labor. Our cutting-edge labor training facility equips our members with the advanced skills needed to be the very best in the industry. Keep jobs local and the money in the state. At Local 102, we work tirelessly today to help build a better tomorrow for our community and our members.
1 in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's one person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky counties. Started in 1958, Medic has been serving Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 66 years. For 1 hour of your time, you can save a life. Visit medicblood.org for more information on blood donation.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians. And for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
Energize your home with natural gas from ORUD, your affordable energy choice. See all the ways natural gas can improve your home by visiting one of the ORUD showrooms in Oak Ridge or Kingston. New gas appliances run more efficiently. They provide hot water when you need it, precise heat control for cooking, and can dry clothes in about half the time. Comfort you can feel. Savings you can use. ORUD Natural Gas.
And welcome back to the OAB Law Game of the Week as we get set for our second game in a row. I'm Aaron Harvey with Coach Dan Shoemaker. A handful of games took place last night. We can briefly run over those. Anderson County knocked off Powell 28-25. Boy, that was a good game. McMinn County upset Bradley Central 16-13. And in our game last all Coalfield, final score 60-7. The Yellow Jackets started strong and never let up.
You know, Anderson County was able to notch a hard-fought, impressive win. You know, they're hard to beat at home anyway, but Powell was never really able to close the deal. McMinn County surprised a whole lot of people, including me, with that win. Our game last night was a bit of a surprise, too, but not in the way that you would normally think. The Jackets were impressive, and they're now getting ready for Oneida next week. The Dogs have to go figure some things out and get ready for the Harriman Blue Devils.
That's right. So speaking of the Harriman Blue Devils, we can turn our attention to tonight. Kingston is in Harriman for what has historically been a great rivalry. Lately, it's been rough for the Blue Devils. The last 3 seasons, the Yellow Jackets have outscored them, get this, 155-0. 155-0. That's not a typo. That's really what it is. Big oof. But there's a lot of buzz around Travis Tapp's squad. Some say the talent there could have Harriman competing in a very tough Region 2 single A. And Kingston graduated some very important pieces from last year's team. This one could get interesting.
Yeah, this one's been on my radar as kind of an indicator game. I know the Blue Devils have grown up a little bit. They were young, especially in some important spots last year, but they've matured and they've had a really good summer. Kingston, on the other hand, they graduated some really good players. And they've been working hard. Coach Pankey's been working them hard, but they've still got some things to figure out. They're a young team, and they've got to learn how to compete before they learn how to win. We'll see tonight if that young Kingston team can bring it all together. Coach Tapp, Coach Pankey will have a great game plan ready, I'm sure, and this one should be a really good game.
So you mentioned how Coalfield is getting prepared for Oneida. Oneida took the long road trip down Highway 27 to get to Rockwood. 2 traditionally tough and solid programs have kept this game on the schedule despite not being in the same classification anymore. I can understand why. This is a great measuring stick game to find out what you need to work on for the rest of the season. Rockwood finished 6-6 last year, but seemed to get better and better with each game. Tiger fans looking to step up this season, and they think they may have the players to do it. Oneida finished 8-4 a season ago, and unlike most of my life, improvement for the Indians will rely on the passing game. Imagine that. It's always fun when these two teams square off.
It is, and it's always a good matchup, whether it's the start of the season like tonight or whether it's late in the season like it has been for a district championship type game. Rockwood was very young and spotty spots as well last year, and I expect improvement on both sides of the ball. Oneida, well, they're Oneida, and they're going to play you hard wherever you are, at their place or you're playing them at home. Coach Webb, Coach May have been at this thing for a long time. Ain't nobody going to fool anybody in this one. I suspect this will be a straight-ahead, smash-mouth football game. Should be a dandy.
Really should. We're moving closer to kickoff for our game tonight between South Pittsburgh and Oliver Springs. We'll preview some of our other games around the area and dig more into this matchup a little later. But first, a break. This is the OAB Law Game of the Week.
Over 14,000 neighbors live in fear of becoming sick or injured and having to make a choice between putting food on the table or seeking medical care. The free medical clinic tries to take that fear away.
What do we help them with? We help them with diabetes, hypertension, any kind of medical need that they need that's necessary. And being in a community with the African American community lets them know that we're here.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with